Hello! It's Susan from Sassy C Art Shop. You guys ready to do some art with me? Let's get to it. Hello. It is Susan from Sassy C Art Shop. And I thought it might be fun to do a little bit of art today, but I also thought it might be fun to do a little art with somebody today. So, because apparently we're in Regency times and people can't be introduced without an introduction, proudly introducing Jessica! Say hello. Hi! So Jess is my sister. And she is not an artist.
No.
Describe how your art skills are.
What is the thing about, my stick figures hang themselves.
Yeah, they're so sad they hang themselves.
Yeah.
But anyway, we thought it would be fun to use some random generators and kind of create a character based on some different categories. So I've already made the little spinners just on this free app. So there's the genre of the character, there's the color scheme for the outfit, there's the type of outfit, and then there's the type of accessory. So
what's in the first one?
In the first one, so there is either fantasy or myth, science fiction, vintage, or western.
Ooh.
In the color scheme, so there's cool colors, warm colors, neutrals, and then there's monochromatic.
What does monochromatic mean?
So it's all shades of one color, but it also comes with one pop of color from a completely different color. That's the category that we're picking. And then it can be either formal or casual wear.
It says casual.
Listen, not being able to spell is not a requirement for art. I could fix it, but
it's fine.
I'll fix it.
It's going to bother you.
It's bothering me. All right. And then the last one, the type of accessory that they would have is either purse, shoes, jewelry, or belt. Because we both decided we wanted to draw a female character. We didn't want a generator possibility of getting a male character.
Listen, it's going to be bad either way.
But we thought this might be fun. So, Jess, would you like to do the honors? Would you like to spin all?
Why don't you?
Or do you want to spin them one at a time?
You can spin all.
Okay, well, just hit. I'm going to let you do it. Let's see. All right, so what did we come up with? All right, so the character that we are creating is going to be a vintage-inspired character. Now, vintage, because this is 2026, I feel like anything before 2000 is now considered vintage.
We are that old. 90s babies?
We are old. But you can pick whatever era you want for that.
I'm going to go get a bedazzled walker.
Do it. So the color scheme for the outfit, it's going to be monochromatic, but we can use one pop of color that is not in that color scheme. So I think that'll be kind of interesting.
Okay.
Casual vibes, though. I was kind of hoping for formal fancy. I'm not going to lie, but the spinner has spoken.
Oh, I got an idea. Okay.
And then they will have to carry a purse. So,
their mouth. It's a dog.
All right, Jess is going to do what Jess is going to do, and I'm going to do what I'm going to do. So I'll probably do some different sketching and figure out kind of what I want. We will not see each other's piece until it's finally finished. I'm going to show you guys my process. Jess doesn't really want to show you guys her process, if I'm correct. Yeah?
Let's just say there is no process.
But will you arrive at the correct answer nonetheless?
No.
Okay, that's fine.
This was a bad multiple choice. I went outside the color lines.
All right, but when we are finished, we're going to show them both to you and see how we both interpreted the same prompts. So we'll get into that, and I will start sketching. See y'all in a minute. Bye! Alrighty guys, so let's just go ahead and get right into my sketching process. I didn't show any of my brainstorming. I just thought I'd go straight into the sketching phase. So I had a few different ideas, and what I ended up going with was I decided since monochromatic with like one pop of color, I was looking through different vintage styles and eras and stuff, and I'm normally drawn to like 40s, 50s, or maybe like the Roaring 20s, something like that. But I saw this dress on YouTube, or not on YouTube. That's what I'm on now. No, but on Pinterest, and it was like this bold 60s print, and I thought, oh, this is actually like perfect with like my prompts. I may have stretched the casual term a little bit. Let's face it, I'm gonna draw something just a little more fancy, a little more what I wanted. So anyway, as you can see here, I'm just getting the pose that I want. Since I have trouble creating my own poses, I normally look on Pinterest and find like a pose that I want, and then I just draw that pose, and then I create the outfit and the characters and stuff like that. So Jess was off doing her own thing. I did not know what she was going to draw. I was really excited to see what she would end up doing. It's funny because like this challenge, it kind of forced me out of my comfort zone, because I would not normally draw something like this. Like I said, I don't normally go for like the 60s theme, but I thought that that would be perfect. So yeah, that's what I'm just sketching here. So like she has her little midi dress and her like go-go boots, I think that they were called. And I did customize the outfit to kind of fit more my needs and purposes. So I think that was a good plan. But yeah, I was like the whole time I was sketching. So um, I was sketching at my dining room table on one side, and my sister was on the other side. And we had our art supplies like between us on like a lazy Susan that spins around. And I was like, oh, I'm so curious what she's going to create. And you guys will see at the end of this video our reactions to each other's art. This whole time that we were drawing, neither of us knew what the other one was thinking, or sketching or drawing or anything. But we were like, okay, I was like, okay, I'll put my art supplies between us on the lazy Susan that spins around. And then she was like, well, I'm using this art supply. I'm like, yes, but I need that art supply. And she's like, no, 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 because I'm using it right now. And I'm like, what was the point of putting it in the middle between us if you're going to be like, well, I've taken the whole thing off the lazy Susan and now you can't access it. So I was like waiting for her to get done with the ink pen so I could finish inking this. So I used a combination of black and colored fine liners of my Ohuhu fine liners, just because I kind of wanted distinction of where I wanted my colors separated. And yeah, so that just kind of gave me like a good reference for my coloring process that I do in a few minutes. And I did do a slightly thicker black outline around it just because I think that looks cute sometimes. And I felt like it would match this character vibe pretty well. So because she has like purse as like one of the prompts, I wanted to make sure she's like holding up a purse, and it's like very prominent. So the color scheme that I decided to go with for this, so she just has like the normal a normal skin tone that I normally use, and then uh, for the outfit, because it was like monochromatic with a pop of color. So I debated what colors I wanted to use. I thought about using like different oranges with like a single pop of color. I thought about using different blues with a single pop of color, but I ended up going with some really nice greens. So those were the colors I like picked out and decided to create my outfit around. And then the pop of color that I'm going to choose is like a bright yellow, like I think it was like fluorescent yellow, because I really wanted that to stand out and show up really well. So as you can see right now, I'm like coloring the skirt, and the green that I was using for the base of the skirt, as you can see, is like running out. It's super dry marker. It's super streaky. Now I did buy new like Ohuhu brush markers recently, but y'all, I'm so lazy. It was in my room, and I was in the like the dining room,
and I did not want to go to my room and go get the new one. So I was like, it's fine. I'll just layer up on the other colors um, to make it look like less streaky, which is fine because I had planned to layer up anyway, but it would have been a little smoother transition if I had just gone and gotten my new marker of this color, but I didn't want to do that. So the skirt has these cute little like daisy buttons that I thought would be like a cute little like playing into like the flower theme that was very popular in the 60s. I left the boots white, but I did shade with like a light green. I feel like if you're using monochromatic, I think it's okay to use white and black because technically the lightest and darkest of every color is like white and black. So that's what I decided to do. And then, of course, I gave her her fabulous sunglasses. And then her hair, I did a dark color. I was debating about giving her red hair because, you know, red and green are contrasting colors. But I don't know. I was worried she might look like a Scooby-Doo character somehow with red hair. I don't know. But yeah, so I decided to go with like a dark brown hair and I layered a few different colors for that. So now we're like getting to the point I'm just kind of sort of finishing up a lot of the details in this. So I use my Ohuhu alcohol markers for like all the base of everything. And I used a lighter green on the top than I did for the skirt, which I thought contrasted nicely, and used more of the green colors, which I was excited about. And then I took out my Ohuhu paint pens and drew like this a bold flower print on the top of and I was like trying to make them look right. And I go back in with like my green fine liner here and I'm just drawing the flowers out because I just tried going in with just the paint pen and I was like, I need some guidelines. So yeah, I used a few different like yellows and greens and whites to create this like bold pattern that I wanted on the top. That is it's a very loud print, but it was very concurrent with what the 60s had, and it was really referencing my picture that I saw on Pinterest to a greater degree, so I really liked that. And in the original, her belt was actually green, but I decided to make it yellow to continue with that pop of color. And I'm really happy with how this turned out. And like, I'm getting excited about seeing what Jess is going to come up with because I have no idea. And like, I'm getting close to the end here. I'm just like adding in some dots with the acrylic paint pens and just kind of like creating like this cool retro background that works with my character and everything. But I'm so excited to see what Jess has created. You guys are seeing what I'm creating, but let's see what Jess has created in just a minute because I'm so excited about it. Are you guys excited? Let's do it. Okay, guys, so we are back. We have both finished ours.
Yay!
Not,
Ta-da!
so let me just ask you, how do you think you did? Like, are you pretty happy with yours?
Well, considering I did it and I didn't just color it. Now I did trace the pose, but everything else I drew. So yeah.
Okay, I'm pretty happy with how mine turned out. I'm not sure if I exactly followed the prompts, but we'll see how it goes.
I don't think I did either. So.
I was so excited. I'm so excited to see yours. I was like, when you went and were off, I was like so tempted to go find your art piece, but I was like, no, I want it to be a surprise. So
because I got finished before you.
Yeah.
So she thought she would be sneaky. And
no,
look at
I
it.
didn't look at it. I wanted it to be a surprise. All right, ready?
3,
2, 1,
go.
Oh, it was so good.
Yeah, you went more 60s.
I did.
And I went more 70s.
So
I was planning on doing the Farrah Fawcett hairstyle, but I obviously can't draw that. I can barely draw straight hair.
I love the outfit though. It's so like sassy. I love that you went with the 70s. So you want to explain a little bit about your process and your choices and stuff?
Well, clearly this girl has a bit more of a figure than others. So But I really like this post because what's popular in the 70s is bell bottoms. And I don't think these are quite bell bottoms. I think I drew them more as flares. But also the crossover and the flower power kind of thing. So obviously my monochromatic color was pink. And my pop of color is yellow.
That's funny because I also used yellow as my pop color.
Maybe we should. What's really funny is I was looking at bags, and actually bags from the 70s were considered more structured and made of leather, and they were typically brown and boring, actually. So the clothing itself was where it was more common to see the pops of color. Plus, her hair was ugly and bad, so I gave her a yellow headband too.
Nice. I also gave mine a yellow headband.
What are the odds?
Well, it's funny because when I hear vintage, most of the time I'm like, oh, like 40s or 50s, maybe even like like roaring 20s. That's normally like what I would gravitate towards. And when it was like casual and then like purse, one thing I thought of doing is like a 1920s girl with like curlers in her hair, she's like in her like pajamas, but she's
thought about doing that.
That's so
but
great.
Then I looked
and then she's got like a purse, and she's like, I've got to pay the milkman or the grocery bill
I
or
thought
whatever.
of doing the exact same thing, but I was thinking back on and this may be 30 style, but Singing in the Rain, you know, when they do the fashion show,
right?
And I was like, well, they all look like they would be fancy wear. I didn't know what was considered casual.
I didn't know what was considered casual. I'm thinking casual in that, like, I feel like she would wear this maybe, like, to a day-to-day, like, grocery store or out, but she wouldn't wear it to the club kind of thing.
Man, I kind of wish I had done flowers now as my, like you did little spots to help. Yeah, I wish I had done flowers. But apparently all your pink markers, or I can't blend. Well, we know I can't blend. But they all kind of look the same. So I had to go back over it and do line work. I had done line work like 3 times, and I was like, I ain't doing no more line work.
No more. Well, I think you did a great job. I love how it turned out. And I love that we did the 60s and 70s, because, like, I don't normally gravitate towards that.
What's vintage? Anything before 2000.
Yeah, anything before. We're so old. But so for vintage, I'm gonna rate yours, and then you'll rate mine. So vintage, I'm gonna say 5 stars. Out of 5 stars.
I give you 7. I give you 7.
But it's 5. The highest you can go is 5.
Well, you got 2 extra.
Okay. Casual, I'm gonna give you.
Oh, we're doing it for each of them.
Yeah, for each of them.
Oh,
okay. So for casual, I'm gonna give yours like a 4 stars, because like I do feel like it's a little fancy.
Well,
but like
she ain't got no shoes on.
She doesn't have shoes on.
Oh, it's super casual. I will give yours a 4 as well, because I'm like, I do love it, and I think it is casual, but she's just a little bit more put together than I would be.
She's got like full makeup and hair.
She's got her
my
go-go boots.
Yeah, I think they're go-go boots.
Yeah.
Okay, so for purse, I'm gonna give you a 5 because I think it stands out really well, and it's a statement piece in yours.
Actually, your bag is probably my least favorite portion of this. So I think it's very 60s. I just don't like it. So I'm going to give it a 2.
Alrighty. And then
UGLY. Okay.
And then for a monochromatic color scheme with just a pop of color, I'm going to give you 5 stars because like clearly like pink is your main color, and then your pop of color is yellow.
Yes. No, because yours is like more blended in and looks. I don't know how to describe it, but I'll give it 4.5, 5.
Thank you.
It's good. I do like it though.
But yeah, I was scrolling on Pinterest, like my kind of thought process. Like I said, I was like, oh, I could do like 40s, 50s, because that's like what I always like my go-to with.
And I looked at it and I was like super boring.
And I was like, well, these could be like really cute. And I thought about doing like something like that.
Anyway,
So you're saying about 40s or 50s?
Yeah.
That's what I normally.
Yeah, but like I was scrolling on Pinterest.
Then I realized that how old I am.
Anything is vintage. But yeah, I was like, I don't normally gravitate towards the 60s, but I saw this really cute outfit on
I really
Pinterest.
love it.
And you know, the 60s were known for having like the bold color schemes, but sticking to a lot of like one color scheme. So
I think
thought
you did
that
really good with that. Yeah.
So yeah, I was super happy that I
love
picked
the
green.
little daisies. Now, are these daisies or the clovers in your shirt pattern?
They're just some type of flower.
I'm going with clovers.
So for the skirt, the reference had just like white buttons, but I thought it would be fun to turn it into daisies, and I'm glad I did that. And then for the top, it had like these different flowers and shades of like yellow and white and green and stuff. So I actually colored the top with my alcohol markers, and then all the flowers I did with paint pens, so they would kind of like pop out.
Well, we clearly know I'm not that talented, so I tried to use ink pens. And colored pencil I used as for her skin tone because I didn't trust myself, and everything else was marker. This is a belt, because they're known for having the big
old belt. Well, like the accessories that we could choose from were purse, jewelry, belt, and shoes.
That's why she's a little bit more dressed up than I am. I look at myself and I was like, oh.
Yeah, but I think this was a super fun challenge. Did you have fun?
I did have fun.
And I probably normally wouldn't create something like this, so I'm glad we tried this challenge. Ta-da!
I'm terrible at high fives.
Yeah, that was bad. But thanks for joining me today. I'm glad you had fun. We'll maybe have you star as a guest in another video in the future. Say bye.
Oh,
bye. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.